like that. Folks, the music in the background, I do not own the copyrights or the publishing to this music. Again, the music you hear in the background, I do not own the copyrights or publishing to this music. I just like listen to great music. What's going on, America? I'm Jay Works, the host of Street Savvy, the podcast. We got a great one for you tonight, folks, especially you conservative people. We're going to shed a light on conservative in the black community. But before then, we got some news for you. We're going to get going. Okay, folks, just this past several weeks in the Republican Party, 5 Republican leaders quit the Congress on one day. And some was highly ranked in leaders in the GOP House. What do you think about that? 5 ranking leaders in the GOP Republican Party quit. And in other news, down south, it was a law passed saying they abandoned black written books by black authors from the school, from Miami, Florida, Dade County. And I think it's the governor who has done it, Governor DeSantis, allegedly. So this is a violation of parents' rights. Wow, you still got that going on in America, allegedly. And other news, in Charlotte, North Carolina, at a high school, CMS responds to pictures of social media, West Charlotte High School, with black bathroom doors and white bathroom doors. It says for colored folks and white folks. I guess some teachers did it to show some type of whatever it was going on back in the day. That ain't what you do. That ain't what you do to my kid or anybody's kid. Nobody wants to relive what happened back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Nobody wants to relive that. You people are crazy. You people are crazy. I'm going to tell you, folks. Start teaching your kids at home. It's too much going on in the schools. It's too much going on in the schools. Start teaching your babies in at home. Period. It's just too much going on. Take a look at it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Colored doors and white doors. In other news, they have been talking about Joe Biden like crazy. They're saying he's too old, he's over the hill, he don't remember things he's saying, he don't understand what's going on in the real world. He's not the real president, he's just a puppet. Well, for starters, CNN looked up a report and how many interviews the last 3 presidents had in the last 10 years. And just to prove a point, Barack Obama had 422 interviews with the press or anywhere around the world. Next up is Donald Trump with 300 interviews. Now, this is my opinion. This guy he's only done half a term, and he's only did 86 monologues, interviews. And that's the president as in the house now, the incoming president, which is Sleepy Joe. So that shows his people don't want him. Either that shows they don't want him to speak allegedly, or get a man a break, give him a chance. Get a chance to do a whole term and see what the numbers look like. In other news, Magic Johnson. For those don't know Magic Johnson, the great Laker point guard, the best point guard ever, put on shorts. It's just my public opinion. Showtime in the 80s and 90s. He's that guy coming out of Michigan State in the late 70s. Coming out of Michigan State in the late 70s, a few sneaker execs came at him. And the first exec that came at him was Nike. Nike was only out a year or two. Came out and told him, we can't beat what Converse is giving you, you and Larry Bird and those have you, but we can give you stock. And the stock was consistent on who's going to buy it, where the brand's going to be, and further years down the line. He turned it down. Today, folks, that stock would have been $5.5 billion today. Double what Michael Jordan has made for Nike. But Magic, he's not suffering. He's definitely well off. He's definitely a billionaire. Okay, in other news, Beyonce, the queen, Jay-Z's wife, has broke the levels again. Broke the levels on the meter. Troop, 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 troop. Broke the letters in the country folk. They was just talking smack. Just talking smack. One of the co-hosts of the Dukes of Hazards, I'm not going to say his name. He was caught up on the podcast saying those folks got to get their own lane. They got to get their own tree. Like the dogs get their own trees and do what they do. Those folks who? But allegedly he was talking about black artists doing country music. But let me tell you something, mister. Last work you did was in one of Tyler Perry's series on BET. And you worked around a lot of black folks. You understand that? A lot of black folks. So what do you mean they need to stay in their own lane? I'm going to tell you something. It looks like you like coffee in your cream. Let me tell you that. Stay in your own lane. Whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're trying to say. It's like you're trying to excite something. Trust me. But anyways, Beyonce has went #1 on the top Billboard Country Hot 100s. #1 single just came out a day of the Super Bowl. #1 single. And of course, she's the first black woman to have a country number to land on the Billboard charts as #1, the first black artist, female artist. So go figure, Mr. Man, or anybody else who want to talk that smack. And let me say something, black folks. We are impossible when we do an inevitable. We need to keep going in things we want in life. We need to keep teaching, keep preaching, keep motivating, keep being creators, keep being the solid people we are as black men and women in general, in the black and brown community, wherever you at in the world. Keep being entrepreneurs. Keep letting the light shine on you as a black and brown individual in your life today, in your children's and your family life. Because everybody else, they follow us. And some of us may say a lot of white folk, whoever, want to seek and destroy. I don't know that. That's not how I live. Now, maybe some receipts with that. Yes, I'm not doubting that. But I don't live by that creed. There's a lot of black people who hurt me too. Black on black crime is at its highest. You know what I mean? So keep going on, black folk. Keep opening up doors for white folks, Puerto Ricans, Chinese, or whoever. Keep being you, all you can be, black folk. Well, that's enough for the news today. Let's get to the topic of the day. Topic of the day, folks. Topic of the day, folks. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Are black folks really conservative out here in the world today? Or they just black Republican politicians tell it like it is in the Republican world? Let's talk about it. Producer, I need my headphones. Well, today I was watching Candace Owens, right? On some old stuff she was doing with Murder Mike and a couple T.I. She was on a platform in Atlanta um, speaking about this broadening thing of black men and women in the house of black men and women, and about children in school, and the home is lessening with black men and women in the same home, and how many single mothers is raising their kid than it was in the 70s and now today, which is more or less, she's saying it's 75% today, allegedly, more black women are doing it by themselves, and how society is pushing towards they give you more if you're a single black parent. They're promoting that. They're not promoting togetherness, being married, generational wealth, healthcare, welfare. They're not promoting. They never promoted that. And she was saying that. But I'm gonna tell you something, folks. That's being conservative in certain levels. Conservative, to my knowledge, allegedly, is being all you can be and bringing those with you. Keep teaching as well as learning and extracting things that you don't need to know about. Minding your business and dedicating yourself with things you need to. You have the folks like Candace Owens of the world. You got some real top Republican black folk. They sort of think we still in slavery and we slaving ourselves, but not going out doing better for ourselves, or not wanting, or blaming someone others. And some of that's right. I beg to differ with the young lady, Candace Owens, and other black conservative Republicans. But on the other hand, majority of the stuff they're speaking about, they are black for one. We know that. They're definitely black. But and the hindsight of that is black folk, we coming together ain't even the word no more. It's choosing the things that you need to do for your family, yourself, and your constituents alike every day. Knowing what business and what field to get into for your occupation in your life. Making growth not just for you and your family, for other folks to follow and buy and succeed and teach and learn at the same time. Because yeah, they might speak, the conservative black folks might speak, and are that way. I know a lot of conservative black folks, kids done went to school, parents went to school, parents had a great job, kids getting a great job, grandkids are working, grandkids done went to college, parents went to college, grandparents went to college. I love that, of course. We all seen a few of those sprinkles in our neighborhood, and some have not. But as we got older, that's always in the vocabulary of a lot of us. A lot of our kids went to college today. And I know folks who was born in the 80s and their kids is in college today. I know a lot of folks born in the 70s, their kids going to college or went to college. And they went to college. So it's definitely around being conservative and just wanting different. A lot of black folks I know, and you probably know yourself, want different. No matter if you grew up in the projects, grew up in the suburbans, or grew up in the slums, the dirt. A lot of black folks definitely want different. And I'm saying at least 85 to 90%. And that's in my heart. And the ones who feel like they never got the opportunity, it is opportunity today, no matter what you say. When McDonald's is giving you $17, which is a low-paying job for a lot of us in the Black American community, trust me, you can double that by doing more than that. Generational wealth it means saving and doing for others down the line that's belong to you, which is your grandchildren's or your grandchildren as well. Let me make one quote to you, one big point. You guys know how you see draft day. Majority of the black kids and major baseball, basketball, NFL, NBA, some MLB, get to the podium, get drafted. The first question, hey man, now you done made it. What you gonna do with your first check? You know what they say? You know what our folks say? Black and brown say? I'm going to buy my mom and dad a house. I'm going to buy my mom a house. And we're all like, that's real. All of us in hindsight, we say that is so real. That's so huge. Wow, they raised them right. Hold up. Let me stop you and pump your brakes for a minute. Yeah, in some cases, that's real. But let me tell you what the other culture says, and which is no comparison, which is not our business, really. But other culture, a white kid gets drafted, a Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe, Tony Romo, they get drafted. You know what they say? Man, I'm going to go out there and invest for my children and my grandchildren. They never say get their mom and pop's house. You know why? Majority of them never say that. Majority. Because some probably say that because their mother and father already done built that generational wealth and gap, already having a house, already went to college. Less worries off their children's back. Now, do a lot of black folks do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. But do they want to? Yes. I think 90%. Of course. And there's plenty of much wealthy blacks around. Trust indeed. Never gonna say that. But some of us are still lazy, still want handouts, and still blaming the white man, the other man. Let me tell you something, folks. It might be a news flash to you, but we haven't been the majority in hundreds of years. I mean, the minority, pardon me, the minority in hundreds of years. And now today, in this last century, we are the majority in this race for success and succeed. We are fighting each other, and that's where the buck has to stop being bounded by your own black folk. Black on black crime is at its highest today in our biggest states, in our biggest cities. Look it up. Buffoonery is out at its finest right now. Look at the Cat Williams saga. Look at the Pete Diddy saga. Look at the Shay Shay saga. Look at the Monique saga. Oprah, supposed to have been the queen. Supposed to be that sister that be so pure. Leadership. Oprah supposed to be not helped Obama get in. Now she gonna help Michelle get in. Oprah's behind a lot of scandal. Allegedly, her name is in a lot of crap. So in saying all of that, black folk, we're taking down each other and we're already at the top. Look how we are with sports. I'm only going to spend 30 seconds talking about that. We are the tip of the bird when it comes to contracts in every sport. And if you're still brown skinned, soccer, you're killing them. We are at the top of the peak when it comes to doctors, lawyers, judges, inventors. We're at the top of the peak in that field. Astronomical numbers. We got men and women in places where they are established can bring a lot more on. GMs, vice presidents, co-founders. Why are you dragging each other down? And then in the industry, they don't make it no more better. The pettiness that Curtis 50 Cent Jackson is on is unbelievable. When it comes down to Pete Diddy, the things that Pete Diddy don't put himself into with Cassie or who else, with Clyde Davis and who else, it's buffoonery. And it's said that we taking ourselves down. This has been said and written day by daily, reported that blacks is taking themselves down. Don't worry about it, people. Blacks are going to show you. I'm not going to sit up and tell you who take care of themselves anymore. We got to know we need to take care of ourselves better. I done seen interviews, and it's just the true fact. I done seen white folk say Wow. It's some white people don't want urban black folk, conservative white folk or black folk even sit at the same table. Because they swear if them two get together, it'll be domination. Because if you go deep in the South, you know how many black brothers and sisters and white brothers and sisters been raised with each other? Go back, look at your president, Jimmy Carter. Yeah, the woman who raised him was in a plantation, raised Jimmy Carter and his siblings. And it goes deeper than that. I just seen a podcast where a white man was saying, smothered cabbage, cornbread with fried chicken, dirty rice. He said, this right here make you want to do something after you do this. He had so much of soul and nature in him. You're like, wow, is that for real? Yes, that was for real. Because that's a part of down south nature. And yes, hatred and ignorance everywhere, especially down south. But for a white man, a powerful white man and a powerful black man, a poor black man and a poor white man to get together, that would accomplish a lot in this country in this day and age. Because those kids are not hearing it. Some are being pushed by adults, white and black. But the most powerful thing in the world is a conservative black man and a conservative white man leading the way for their communities and joining wise. Trust and believe. Now, I don't know if all of you guys believe in racism, but I definitely do. It's racism everywhere. Definitely against the black and brown community. And the black and brown got enough on their back and their shoulders in scarring and receipts to be racist towards white Caucasian people. Yes, yes, indeed. By itself. Black folk, we definitely bias when it comes down to a white person. We feel like they've been ignorant, racist, murdering us, raping us for years. We should have no good to say about a white person. Some blacks feel that way. I don't feel that way. I feel like if you respect them, respect you. Yes, I'm willing to play, to work, to dance, to invent, to invest, even to improvise with a white man, Puerto Rican, Japanese, Hispanic, Chinese. Yes, but I'm never going to forget what you're capable of doing, too, when you get out of your element. And that's seriously the fact. And that's what a young Candace Owens be talking about on her podcast. And Miss Owens, if you out there and you ever get this episode of Street Savvy and Jay Works, the host, I would love for you to come on this platform and speak knowledge about conservative black folk. Because you definitely are a black woman and your husband's white, your children are biracial or gonna be biracial. Love to hear it. Love to hear how you feel about this, how this generation is going, how you think it should be in your mind, or how you want your kids to be perceived by being biracial, by being majority, minority, black. Definitely. So, folks, I'll leave you this with some conservatives. For one, let's try to finish and get that education, no matter what age you are. Let's try to make sure, 2, our kids do that. For 3, we'll try to make sure occupation from yay high with our kids. And you to keep working and developing. 4, let's make sure you believe in what matters. The rules, the guidelines in your home and your bank account. And 5, let's start about minding our own business, black folk, and dealing with our own black ground. Spending with our own folk. Investing in our own folk. Be more conservative and find conservative people in the black community. Try to uplift the community by being conservative. We'll definitely get better with that. Hey, I'm Jay Works, and this Street Savvy, the podcast. See you next time. God bless you, America.